What's going on? Ellis in the building, and I represent Sensory Overload. Today, I got 5 fragrances from the House of Dua that's going to be perfect for the cookout. All right, listen, that function is always a good time. You got good food, you got good company, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, it's just good vibes out there playing spades, and if you can't play spades, we got Uno for you, but next cookout, I need you to know how to play some spades, all right? But we got that going on. You got the kids outside playing. You got the music in the background. It's just good times making memories. You feel me? And part of that is having a good fragrance. So, with that being said, I'm going to bring you 5 fragrances that's going to make sure that you're going to be smelling good at the function. The first one's going to be inspired by Paco Rabanne Invictus Aqua. Okay. And that's going to be the 2016 version. That version had a lot of people in the chokehold. Right? It was long lasting, compliment getting, and it just smelled sexy. Okay. This right here is going to be called Error 408. Error 408. Yuzu, grapefruit, pink pepper, seawater, violet leaf. You're going to have some ambergris, amberwood, and gaiac wood. This fragrance right here is an oriental, spicy fragrance. But like I said, it was mass appealing and just have people in the chokehold. You're gonna get the yuzu off the rip. You're gonna get the oceanic accords as well, all right? But it's crisp. This right here is a nice, fresh summer banger. And honestly, when the body heats up and the fragrance starts projecting, this tends to shine even more. Great scent bubble, great longevity, and just an overall great smell. This is a mass appealing compliment getting fragrance. So you at the cookout, you know what I'm saying? If you're a single fella, you know what I mean? Your homeboy's like, yo, my girl, she bringing some of her girls. Brother, this right here, you're gonna be good, all right? You're gonna be good. This will set a good impression. So, inspired by Paco Rabanne Invictus Aqua, the 2016 version, what I got for you right here is Era 408. Number 2. So number 2 is going to be inspired by Issey Miyake, Lodice, Pour Homme 2018. This is a flanker from that OG Issey Miyake Lodice. That's right there is a classic yuzu-based fragrance, all right? This one right here is going to be a little bit different with some notes that's definitely going to garner your attention. So this fragrance I got for you right here is going to be called hashtag his summer 2018. Hashtag his summer 2018. Top notes, kiwi, grapefruit. In the heart, you're going to get pineapple, coriander. And then at the base, that's where you're going to get the vetiver. And that's where you're going to get the cypress. This fragrance right here is a nice aromatic fragrance where you get hit with the kiwi and the grapefruit off the top. When it transitions into the heart, that's when you get that pineapple vibe. And then at the base is when it kind of transitions into that green, aspect where there's the cypress and there's the vetiver. This fragrance right here is nice and lively, energetic, but still has a laid back vibe to it. Perfect for like a nice breezy summer. It just flows in the wind, but it being aromatic. You feel me? This right here is going to be a nice aquatic one as well. Okay. I think this is going to be a bit more mature than the previous fragrance that I discussed. However, this is still good for somebody 30s and up. All right. A good vibe, perfect for the cookout, perfect just for, sitting back, chopping it up with the homies, drinking a brew, playing some dominoes, and just catching up and talking about the good old days. All right. So, inspired by Issey Miyake, Odise, Pour Homme, Summer 2018. What I have for you right here is hashtag his summer 2018. Number 3. So number 3 is going to be a tribrid. This right here is a vibe, all right? And the notes is going to be hefty, but listen to what this is consistent of, okay? This is going to be Louis Vuitton Imagination, Creed Aventus, and Vibrato by Sospiro. This right here that I got for you is called Imagine Poseidon's Vibrant Dreams. I know that's a long title, so I'm gonna say it one more time for the folks that ain't hearing me. Imagine Poseidon's Vibrant Dreams. All right. peep the notes because this joint right here is going to have a lot of notes, but when you smell it in the air, sexy. So, you will have Calabrian bergamot, citron, Sicilian orange, Ceylon, cinnamon, Tanzanian neroli, Chinese black tea, ambroxan, guyakwood, alabanium, black currant leaves, apple, pineapple. You also want to get some pink berries, birch, patchouli, jasmine, rose, musk, oak moss, ambergris, vanilla, grapefruit, magnolia, some herbal notes, ginger, powdery notes. You also have some cedarwood, amber, patchouli, and orris. All right. Like I said, it's a lot of notes, man. A lot of notes. Ooh, I love this. So this fragrance off the top is going to be like Louis Vuitton Imagine and Vibratos by Sospiro. Those two, that's where you're getting off the top. I believe when it starts to transition, that's when Poseidon or Creed Aventus starts to kick in. But off the rip, it's bright, it's airy, it's fresh, it's citrus heavy, it is sexy. Listen, Louis Vuitton Imagination is like one of my favorite fragrances. That's something I consider a 10 out of 10. This one right here is a banger. If you don't get anything out of my list, if you're like, man, he gave me five, but I just need one, this may be the one. This may be the one, all right? Perfect for the function, for the cookout. It's going to just complement a beautiful sunny day when you're just out there chilling and just having a good time. You feel me? Get this one in your collection. Come back in the fall time. Tell me how your summer went. You dig? So, inspired by Louis Vuitton Imagination, Creed Aventus, and Vibrato by Sospiro. What I got for you is Imagine Poseidon's Vibrant Dreams. Number 4. So number 4 is going to be perfect for the outdoors because it's just how robust and how aromatic this fragrance is. It just holds its own, all right? This right here is going to be inspired by Louis Vuitton lovers. Yeah, that's a banger from the house of Louis Vuitton, fellas. That's something that you do got to get your nose on if you haven't. This right here is going to be called Sunlight Lovers. Sunlight Lovers. Bergamot, galbanum, ginger. You have sandalwood. You have cedarwood. That's it. This is an example where less is more because those notes is way shorter than number 3 on the list. You feel me? Man, what I like about this fragrance though is that I think it's more so built for the outdoors. It does have a romantic component, but what I say that is good for the cookout is because you're going to be outside. You may be going inside, take a leak of sun or, cool off for the sun. But after that, we back outside with the fellas, jamming out to some music, drinking some brews, and talking some shit, playing spades. You feel me? And this is just going to create a nice scent bubble, a nice aura, a nice vibe, all right? So, when you coming in and you saying what's up to your peoples, what I mean? I give you hugs and catch up with your loved ones and making new friends and everything. This is just going to create a good impression, right? And I'm guaranteeing you, they're going to be like, yo, what you wearing, man? That's fire. What's that? Then you let them know your boy Ellis from Sensory Overload told you to get Sunlight Lovers, all right? You let them know that. We could go from there. You feel me? But all jokes aside, good for the function, good for the outdoors. And I really like it just because it's aromatic. It's going to be able to handle the heat. It's not going to die fast. This is going to give you easily 10 hours. You know what I'm saying? So inspired by Louis Vuitton lovers, what I got for you is going to be Sunlight Lovers. Last but not least, this fragrance right here is actually one of my favorite fragrances as well. I get a lot of compliments with this. This is going to be perfect for the cookout, all right? This is inspired by Creed's Millesime Imperial. That's an underrated Creed. You know what I'm saying? Green Irish Tweed and Aventus tend to get the glory. But what you don't know is that this right here deserves the same respect and recognition, all right? So, by the House of Dua, this one's going to be called Imperiale Pasteque. Imperiale Pasteque. Salty watermelon, lemon, mandarin orange, and bergamot. Too easy. Another example where less is more. There we go. Always gotta get a good blast. You're gonna get the fruity notes, okay? So you're gonna get that fruity core, that salted watermelon off the top. And the citruses. And it just smells good. The saltiness, the citruses, there's a bit of an aquatic vibe going on here. And this is just a good vibe. This is a timeless fragrance because this came out a while ago. I can't remember the year that Creed dropped this, but it just aged well. And I think any age could really wear this. You feel me? This is a nice, luxurious summer vibe. Okay? This has some charm, some sex appeal to it. All right? It is upbeat, it is lively. But man, this joint is dapper, it's debonair. You know what I mean? You're gonna when you throw on something fly fits, you know what I mean? You just spray that and now you feeling yourself. That's what this is. You're just gonna feel yourself. You're gonna be like, all right, we outside. You know what I mean? And that's what's making this perfect for the cookout because you're gonna want to be around people. You're gonna want to, you know what I mean, chop it up and be close to individuals and just have conversations and just not be stuck in the crib. You know what I mean? That's what makes this perfect because you want to be seen, smelled, saw, all that. You need all that. You feel me? So, inspired by Creed's Melusine Imperial. What I have for you right here is called Imperiale Pasteque, all right? Get your nose on that, fellas. So, I gave you 5 fragrances that is perfect for the cookout, all right? Listen, enjoy yourselves this summer. Let's have fun. Let's be safe, all right? Eat good, make good memories, and be with good company. You feel me? And I think that's going to be a great combination for epic summer. So with that being said, make sure you smell your best and you stay blessed. I'm going to catch y'all fellas next time. Peace.